Have you ever asked yourself why you can want something so badly but still not do the things that get you there? Like, it's not that you don't desire the body or the energy or the confidence, it's that something in you keeps pulling you back into the same cycle and you start thinking maybe you're the problem, but you're not, okay? Most people fail at their goals not because the goal is too big, but because they're focused on the finish line instead of the person they have to become along the way. And if you don't shift that identity, your old habits always win. So let me explain. For so long, I kept falling back into the same patterns over and over. I would be motivated for a few days and then one stressful moment would hit and I was right back into the cravings and overeating or telling myself I'd start again, on Monday. And then it clicked for me. This wasn't about discipline that I was missing. My nervous system and my identity were still programmed for my old life. So I was trying to get new results with an old version of myself. And once I understood that concept, everything changed for me. So most people lose progress because their mind is trained to focus only on what went wrong, okay? What they didn't do and where they slipped up. And that creates the identity of someone who never gets it right, okay? So we're flipping that, right? So every night before you go to bed, I want you to write down just one proud moment from your day. Just one, okay? And it could be tiny. Fruit for breakfast, you went for a walk, you stopped eating after a certain time, you drank more water, you chose one aligned thing, okay? Small wins count, big wins count, every win matters, okay? So when you do write this, instead of writing this one proud moment as I didn't do X, shift your mind to writing it as I did X, okay? Just remember, all successful people slip, okay? They all failed, they all messed up, they all still mess up, but they rise because they focus on the progress they're making over just perfection, okay? So no one is perfect, everyone is going to slip, okay? Just focus on the wins. When you train your mind to see your wins, you build the identity of someone who is moving forward. Okay, and these tiny, consistent wins create this compound effect that builds your dream body over time. And here's how you can make this even more powerful. So I like to view this next practice with the perspective of at night, be your own boss, and in the morning, be the employee. So what I mean by that is before bed, write down a simple checklist for yourself tomorrow. 2 or 3 things max, okay? This is called planning tomorrow tonight. And every time you check something off the next day on that checklist, your brain gets healthy dopamine, healthy stimulation, and that identity building reward, okay? And this is rewiring your brain to enjoy the process. And it gives your life purpose and some structure within your days, okay? And these can be simple things on your checklist, like go to the store for sweet potatoes and greens, okay? Or something like do a 45-minute audiobook walk, or stretch in the morning instead of scrolling on your phone. Okay, the size of the win doesn't matter, or the checklist, okay? This is rewiring your identity. Now, the second breakthrough is understanding that cravings are not a discipline issue, okay? They're your nervous system literally asking for safety. Okay, you don't binge because you're hungry. You binge because your body is overwhelmed, right? Your heart's racing, your mind is just spinning. You feel stressed and triggered and overstimulated. And food becomes the fastest way the old you learn to calm down. So fighting cravings with motivation is like trying to stop a moving train with your bare hands, okay? What actually works is just calming your system first. And here's how to do that. So you want to prioritize inhaling through your nose. And as you're doing this, you want to be expanding your belly outward, okay? And then on your exhales, you want to slowly and gently pull your belly back in. Okay, and this might feel strange. You can pause this right here and try it. Inhale through your nose while expanding your belly, and then exhaling and bringing your belly back in. And like I said, this might feel strange because most people are breathing backwards. We're breathing through our mouth and up here in our chest, and very shallow, not taking any deep breaths. And all of that right there is signaling to our nervous system that we're not safe. So we're all anxious all the time because of how we're breathing, how our nervous system is dysregulated, okay? But this breath right here engages and strengthens with your diaphragm muscle, okay? So inhaling through your nose while expanding your belly all the way out, and then exhaling slowly and deeply. Really exhale all the way and bring your belly back in, okay? Try to come back to this breath as much as you can during your day. This breath is the breath in general is the fastest bridge from your mind to the present moment, where only a joy exists, okay? There's only joy in the present moment. There's no chaotic thoughts, there's no judgments, there's no worries, there's no opinions. When you're in the present moment and out of your thoughts, only joy exists. And when you breathe this way, when you engage with your diaphragm, your body literally shifts into rest and digest mode. So your stomach processes food easier, your mind quiets, and you send a signal to your entire nervous system that you're safe. So try to do this for at least 60 seconds, okay? And once your body feels safe, you've signaled to your nervous system you're safe through this breath technique, the cravings lose their power of you because you're coming back into the present moment where none of that chaos in your head exists, or all of these things that your brain thinks it needs or is trying to force you that you need, okay? And this is a real identity shift because you go from I can't control myself up here in the head to I know how to calm my system. Now, if you want to lose weight but cravings and emotions or your nervous system just keep pulling you off track, I made something that will flip all of that from the inside out. It's a set of free trainings that I created that show you exactly how to further regulate your nervous system and just build the habits and the mindset of your future identity and leaned out self, so that consistency just feels natural instead of a fight. So you can just click the link below to access those free trainings. Now, the third golden nugget to staying motivated when it comes to losing a lot of weight is you got to realize your body craves stimulation, and that's okay, right? But the only stimulation most people's body know of is, or what's familiar to us, is just like food and screens, right? Food, scrolling on social media, TV screens, more food, more scrolling, okay? So when you do crave stimulation, which is regular, your brain only knows those two options, okay? And that's not a flaw, it's just conditioning and, the way society is nowadays. So if you want your cravings to calm down, you need to expose your body to new, healthier sources of stimulation so that it can start craving different stimulation sources whenever it does want to be stimulated instead of just food and content. So I want you to start imagining what your healthier self would actually be doing in a day, right? Your new identity. What hobbies would they have? What would they be looking forward to? What classes would they be attending, if any? What content would you be watching? Where would you be going? How would you actually be spending your time as this leaned out body, as this new identity? Okay, really think about this and just brainstorm on a piece of paper what kind of life you'd be living as your leaned out self, right? Because if you have no vision of what that even looks like, how can you work closer to making that life vision come true, right? So get really crystal clear on what kind of life you'd actually want to be living and start gradually integrating those things that you brainstormed on paper, those hobbies and those things into your life, okay? Maybe you'd be walking outside, maybe you'd own a walking pad and you'd be walking on the walking pad during the cold with a nice audio book in your ears or listening to positive podcasts. Maybe you'd be attending some local sound healing classes or some breath work classes. Anything that brings you back into your body and in the present moment and out of the cycle you've been living in, okay? Just show up, all right? Just remember that, just show up, okay? When everything feels hard, just show up for yourself and for your future self, okay? So I want you to take a few minutes and just brainstorm what you can start adding into your weekly life, even if it's only 2 or 3 times a week, okay? And really shift your mind from how can I lose the weight to how can I shape a lifestyle that matches the identity I'm creating, okay? Because when your lifestyle matches your identity, your body follows, okay? You don't get what you want, you get what you are, all right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Check out the link below to get access to the same mindset trainings my paying clients use to help them lose weight effortlessly. Happy healing, family. Cheers.